Good evening, I'm Sarah Sapsanama. Let's begin with the top stories of the hour. Chief of Army Staff Ashok Raj Sigdel says Nepalese in the UN peacekeeping mission in Lebanon are safe, as UN and Nepal are ready to repatriate soldiers anytime if needed. Occupancy of hotels in Kathmandu at 80% amid tourist season. Over 800,000 tourists visit Nepal in 9 months. Russia hosts 16th BRICS summit. Russian President Putin expecting for an alternative to US dollars for global payment. And a 7-membered Nepalese team announced for the Hong Kong Cricket Sixers 2024 under the captainship of Sandeep Jora. Ganendra Malla to coach the team. Chief of Army Staff Ashok Raj Sigdel has assured Nepalese in the UN peacekeeping mission in Lebanon are safe. Sigdel says Nepalese army are in a bunker and safe as there are growing concerns amid the ongoing Israel and Hezbollah conflict in Lebanon. 877 Nepal army personnel are in Lebanon under the peacekeeping mission and 452 are in Syria. Sigdel said there's comparatively more risk in Lebanon, for which the highest level of security measures have been adopted. He added, in case of any escalation in the conflict, the UN and Nepal army is prepared to repatriate the security personnel. He also informed that he is in constant communication with the Nepalese in the mission in Lebanon.
यो हेडक्वार्टरले त्यसको योजना गरेको छ र रक्षा मन्त्रालयले पनि नेपाली सेनाले पनि रक्षा मन्त्रालयको समन्वयमा त्यसको अवस्थालाई नेपाली त्यहाँ तैनात फौजहरूलाई कसरी फिर्ता ल्याउने वा कसरी सुरक्षित स्थानसम्म लैजाने भन्ने योजना हामीले तयार गरेका छौँ.
Earlier, a grenade explosion in one of the peacekeeping camp had injured security personnel from Sri Lanka and Indonesia. Nepal Army has said Hezbollah and Israel have both avoided targeting peacekeeping missions. Now, hotels are at 80% occupancy amid ongoing tourist season in Nepal. Although rain-induced disasters had affected tourist arrival in the beginning of the season, around 3,500 to 4,000 visitors are entering Nepal on a daily basis at the moment via air route. Tourists usually visit Nepal in 2 seasons, with the autumn being popular for trekking. In the spring season, tourists generally come to Nepal for expeditions of the mountains above 8,000 meters. During the autumn, most prefer summiting mountains around 6,000 meters and trekking. The Department of Tourism and Nepal Mountaineering Association has given permission to more than 7,000 for expeditions this year.
नेपाल टुरिज्म बोर्डबाट हेर्दाखेरि डाटा चाहिँ बढेको छ, तर अब व्यवसायी हामीले चाहिँ म पनि व्यवसायी हो, त्यस्तो फिल गरेको छैन. अब केही दिन 2-4 ग्रुप आए होला र वेदरको प्रब्लम पनि त्यतिकै लुक्लातिर अरूतिर पनि अहिले वेदर च्यालेन्जिङ गर्दाखेरि स्मुथ अपरेसन पनि हुन नपाएको छ.
While 3,500 to 4,000 international visitors are arriving Nepal on a daily basis, the number still falls below expectations as the government has aimed at hosting 1.6 million visitors. As for the expedition sector, the Nepal Mountaineering Association has given permission to over 6,000 to summit 26 mountains this season, raising more than 190 million rupees in revenue. Hotel occupancy in the capital is at 80%. However, the businesses still say it is not in the level of expectation.
समग्र एभरेजमा हामीले जस्तै काठमाडौँ पोखरा चितवन लगायतका हेर्ने हो भने यो 2 महिनालाई चाहिँ 80% अकुपेन्सी हुन्छ. त्यसपछि डिसेम्बरमा त अलिकति खस्किन्छ, अलिकति कम हुन्छ तपाईको हैन. डिसेम्बरमा त्यो अलिकति अब 60% जति हुन आउँछ.
Tourism businesses say they can host up to 3.5 million visitors. However, in the 9 months of 2024, just around 816,000 have visited Nepal. As the renowned travel guidebook Lonely Planet has enlisted Nepal's Tarai region as one of the 10 best destinations in the world, stakeholders say the opportunity should be grabbed in the best way possible to host visitors all year round. Now, in our Public Voice segment, today we've asked in several provinces, how has the arrival of tourists been in the ongoing tourist season? Let's take a look at what they had to say.
2-4 दिन भयो जस अहिले पर्यटनहरू बाहिरबाट चाहिँ आइरहनु भएको छ।
तानसेनमा पर्यटनको आगमन अत्यन्तै सन्तोषजनक छ।
बाटोघाटो अब यही परिस्थितिले कोभिड भन्दा पछाडि अगाडि वरिपरि भन्दा त केही बढेको त छ, तर त्यस्तो व्यापार दिने खालका खासै मान्छेहरू छैनन्।
भरिभराउ हुनुपर्ने बेला हो यो लेक साइडमा। हेर्नुस् यस्तो क्वाइट छ, खासै पर्यटक त्यस्तो आन्तरिक पनि उत्साहजनक रूपमा छैन।
बाटोघाटो राम्रो भएपछि हल्का आवाज जावत सुरु भएको छ।
आन्तरिक पर्यटक आउनु भएको भएर नै पाल्पामा व्यापारहरू व्यवसायहरू राम्रो भएको छ।
नआउने कारण त बाटो यस्तो छ, हाम्रो गभर्नमेन्टको सिस्टम रुल अब तपाईँको हवाई भाडा टिकटहरू अब जो यो सबै समग्र हेर्दाखेरि महँगो बनाउने, समय सापेक्षी नचल्ने।
पर्यटनहरूको आउने जाने कम छ अहिले।
चितवन क्षेत्रको पर्यटन आगमन हाम्रो आन्तरिक पर्यटक र बाह्य पर्यटकको चाहिँ तथ्याङ्कमा सुधार हुनुभएकै छ।
जति कति आउनु भएको छैन, अब हेरौँ कति त आउनुहुन्छ।
बाढी पहिरोले गर्दा अस्ति चाहिँ आउनु भएको थिएन, अहिले चाहिँ हल्का आउँदै हुन्छ।
We'll take a short break here. More news coming up. Welcome back. The much talked of Ordinance on Political Parties Act has been put on hold for the time being due to lack of consensus among ruling alliance partners Nepali Congress and CPN-UML. While Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli is in favour of introducing the ordinance right away, Nepali Congress has been against it. However, despite the disagreement between the two parties, analysts do opine the ordinance could be tabled at any time if the parties find a common point. It has been understood that the ordinance that the Premier is in favour of has been aimed at splitting CPN Unified Socialist that was formed 3 years ago by the breakaway faction led by the then CPN-UML leader Madhav Kumar Nepal. There are talks of parliamentarians like Prem Bahadur Ale and Krishna Bahadur Shrestha, among others, from Unified Socialists joining CPN-UML. However, based on current laws, it is unlikely for Unified Socialists to split. It's been 3 years since CPN Unified Socialists got national status. Analysts say Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has brought the ordinance to expand existing laws to pull in leaders from CPN Unified Socialists to his own party. Prime Minister Oli's vision is for CPN-UML to become the biggest party at the parliament. At present, the party has 78 lawmakers and Nepali Congress is the largest with 88. Analysts also opine Nepali Congress could find itself in a difficult position if CPN-UML becomes the largest party at the parliament. Parties in the government have on several occasions in the past introduced ordinances to suit their interests. The Political Parties Act was amended some 3 years ago by the Sher Bahadur Dewa-led government. This was followed by the split of CPN-UML and the formation of CPN Unified Socialists led by leader Madhav Kumar Nepal. Janata Samajwadi Party also split and Loktantrik Samajwadi Party was registered under the leadership of Mahanta Thakur. As preparations are underway for an ordinance to amend the Act once again, analysts warn it could be against rule of law to bypass the parliamentary process. It is time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before today's question, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday we asked you, what's your take on CPN Maru Centre Chair Pushpa Kamal Dahal's opinion that the government had supported corruption? 47% voted for option A, a reality, 16% for B, allegation of the opposition, and 37% for C, an expression from experience. And here's today's question. Why do you think people lack interest in emergency risk insurance? Your options are A, lack of awareness, B, no trust, and C, full of hassle, less return. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for international update. Russia is hosting the 16th BRICS Summit 2024. The conference, which officially started from today, is being held in the Russian city of Kazan until Thursday. The official BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, along with Egypt, United Arab Emirates, Ethiopia and Iran are participating in the summit. The heads of state of China, India, Egypt and South Africa, Ethiopia and the UAE have already reached Russia, while other heads of state are still underway. It is said that Russian President Vladimir Putin will hold separate talks with all the heads of member states. Russian officials have indicated that another 30 countries want to join BRICS or seek closer ties with the club. Some of these nations will take part in the summit. Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva cancelled his trip to Russia following medical advice to temporarily avoid long-haul flights after hurting his head in an accident at home. It is said that after Russia launched its attack on Ukraine, the country organized a summit at the international level for the first time. Kremlin has called it one of the largest-scale foreign policy events ever in Russia. It further said that the clear message is that attempts to isolate Russia have failed. Keen to ease the pressure from Western sanctions, the Kremlin leader will hope to convince BRICS members to adopt an alternative to dollar for global payments. Even though India and China have not been open on these issues, these countries have been positive to adopt an alternative. Britain will lend Ukraine $2.94 billion as part of a much larger planned loan from the group of 7 nations backed by frozen Russian central bank assets to help buy weapons and rebuild damaged infrastructures. Defense Minister John Healey said the money donated by Britain would be solely for Ukraine's military and could be used to help develop drones capable of traveling further than some long-range missiles. Healey said the use of Britain's share of the G7 loan had been a feature of talks between Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and Prime Minister Keir Starmer in talks in London 2 weeks ago. The G7 announced in June it would provide a $50 billion loan to help Ukraine, serviced by profits generated by about $300 billion in Russian sovereign assets immobilized in the West. We've got more news coming up, but right now it's time for yet another short break. Welcome back. Time now for Sports Update.
Sports News.
The Cricket Association Nepal CAN has announced a 7-member team for the Hong Kong Cricket Sixes 2024. Captained by Sandeep Jora, the Nepal team will have Lokesh Bam, Narayan Joshi, Vivek Yadav, Pratish GC, Dipendra Rawat and Rashid Khan. The association has assigned the responsibility of coach to Gyanendra Malla. Nepal will play against England on 1st of November and Australia the day later. This is the 19th edition of Hong Kong Cricket Sixes. However, Nepal is participating in the tournament for the first time. The final is slated for 3rd of November. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.